Hey guys, and welcome y'all back to another episode of ED Outdoors. Hey, today we're going to cover a few tips I'd like to give you guys for early on in the archery season. Coming right up on ED Outdoors. Alright guys, like I said, I got a few tips for y'all for early season hunting as far as calls. A lot of people like to think that the best time to make calls or the best time to call in deer is during the rut. Yeah, it's true because deer are more active during the rut, so you're going to see them a lot more. You're using horns like these, for example, or you're using calls. This is the Primos original can calls, or just regular old happens to be the extinguisher deer call. You know, all those can be useful early on in the season, just as well as during the rut. Last season, the opening day of the veteran gun hunt, I went out and I set all day. You know, basically the stuff that you do as far as hunting, going out early and sitting. All right, I set until about 10:30 and I decided, hey, I'm doing a little calling. I grabbed my rack pack or pack rack or rogue rack or whatever they call them, but basically this is just a little rattling system and you rub the horns together. All right, early season, from that transition from summer to fall, bucks are shedding their velvet, and as soon as bucks shed their velvet, they're ready to show off the hardware that they have. They're ready to get out there and start doing a little sparring, a little brawl, and it just kind of testing out their horns and determining in that social group who is the more dominant buck. All right, this starts as soon as they shed velvet. I'm talking about like the week of. All right, so during the rut, you got like real rough, like I want to kill you, I'm the dominant, you're in my territory type of fight. But early on, during this transition from the summertime to early fall, pre-rut, you have bucks just like out touching horns, nothing too crazy, just kind of push each other around like, hey, I can beat you, let me show you, stuff like that. All right, the first buck I killed last season, like I said, I had my horns out, and you're not going in hard, you're just lightly tapping. And I went in and I did this, you know, just a little 20-30 second sequence, rub the horns together, and I stopped about 5 minutes. Went back, did it again. Real light, real subtle, about 5 minutes. And I kid you not, as soon as I put that horns, or put that rattle system back together, I set it down, had two bucks come charging out. All right, there are two, one was a yearling, the other one's about 2 years old, and they come out and they're like, hey, we hear somebody over here fighting, somebody over here sparring, but they're like, hey, I rank somewhere in this social structure, so I need to make my mark. And they come out, they're looking around, they're trying to figure out who's fighting, and they want to, you know, figure out what's going on. They're social animals, just like humans. If you see a fight, you're like, hey, I'm gonna watch this fight, figure out who wins. Yeah, and then afterwards, you go talk a little trash, say, well, I could beat that guy, I could beat him, I could beat her. That's how deer are. They watch the fight and they pick their status in that social group. Now, if you are down south where deer don't get huge, you're not giants, unless you're like farm raising deer. You know, people brag about, I killed me a 28 point, but you know, it's farm deer, so you really didn't do anything. But you know, if you have a wild buck that's grown and raised wild, you get them up to 8, 10 points, 12 points sometimes. But you're not gonna have, you're gonna have something like that. You're not gonna have two trophy class bucks in the same area sparring out. Now, if you're out in the Midwest or up north, where you know a rack like this is typical, and you got big, you know, 8 points that are this big going at it all the time, and just all that all day long, that'll be useful for you. But for me, this little thing did the trick. All right, that's what I used, and it brought those bucks out, and I took a buck. Your typical doe bleat, pre-rut, rut, that's great to use, but I use early on the extinguisher deer call because it is adjustable. It has the buck, the doe, and the fawn all right there. You just slide it up to the range that you want to use, buck, doe, fawn. Buck's great to use, but during this time of year, like I said, those bucks are still in those social groups and that bachelor group, and calling a buck with a buck call, you know, yeah, all right, sometimes it may work. I'm not saying that it won't, but they're not really concerned with doe. They're not concerned with doe at that point in time because they're not mating. They're not thinking about mating. They're just thinking about, you know, finding territory. They're thinking about foraging for food. You know, food's everywhere, and they're just having a good time. I like to use the fawn bleat. The fawn bleat early on works. It worked the other day. I was out, set in my stand, didn't see anything. I did that fawn bleat, and I had a doe come out about 40 yards out, still in the brush, never came out, he never gave me a shot. But the reason why the fawn bleat works is because fawns are with their mother this time of year. All right, now later on, closer to mating season, closer to the rut, the doe will kick the fawn out of the group because she's ready to start mating. It's just like the bucks don't like the fawns being around during the mating season. This time of year, they're still there. Now, if you do a fawn bleat, you can attract either doe or a buck. You know, if it's a doe, she uses those maternal instincts to hear a fawn, and if it's a buck, you know, he's the same way. If he hears a fawn, he's going to come and investigate. Alright, it's just real slow, real subtle. You're just breathing into the call, just wah, wah. That's sort of the fawn saying, hey mom, 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 yeah. Calling for that doe. Alright, so that fawn bleat works really, really well early on this time of year, whenever the bucks aren't responding to the doe bleats as much, because they're not really territorial. They're not responding to the bucks because they're not territorial. They're not responding to doe because they're not thinking about mating. But that fawn bleat will bring them out. I watch these doe and this same group come down the trail, come out to the open, and they went and dispersed throughout the grass. And as they dispersed, I see the mother go this way, and I see the fawn kind of go out to the right. And I hear the fawn very, very faint, just wah. And I hear the doe, meh, wah, meh. The mother saying, hey, where you at? Can't see you, you're too far away. The kids saying, I'm over here, mom. Hey, I'm over here, where are you at? They're calling back and forth, they're communicating. They're very social animals. They love to be in social groups and they communicate back and forth very subtly, very quietly. So, whether you're using your horns or you're using a rattle system, even a bag, if you're using a rattle bag, just real subtle, you know, nothing too extreme. You don't want to go full rut. You just want to go a few, like 2 deer tapping each other's horns. All right, that's it, guys. Hopefully this was informative. Hopefully you guys learned something. If not, hopefully it was entertaining at least. That's it for now. I'll see you guys next time. We'll get back in the woods, do some hunting. Stay tuned for more from ED Outdoors. EDO, out.